Hey guys, we're back and we want to share a fun fact about Hollywood. Ayaka, what do you have for us?
One really cool fun fact is that the first film ever to be made in Hollywood is called In Old Hollywood. It was made in 1910 and it was only 17 minutes long. So as you can see, it's a big difference. Now movies are 1.5 hours to 3 hours long. So.
That's really cool. So Ayaka, what I'd like you to do right now is we're going to work on some improv. Tell us, what is improv?
Improv is basically kind of an abbreviation of improvisation. So improv, it's basically where you're given a scenario, where you are, who you're talking to, how you feel, and you just act that out. And sometimes it's with tongue twisters, sometimes it's with real words, and sometimes it's with other people. And yeah, and you might not even have any props, but sometimes you will, and it's just improv.
And there's no script, so it's coming from you. You're going to create it. And oftentimes when you have a partner in there, what happens, Ayaka?
Well, when you have a partner, sometimes you're both given a scenario that you have to work on, but sometimes only one person gets the scenario, so they just have to keep on talking, really, like, hey, let's go to this party or whatever, and they always have to agree. So they can't say, no, I don't really want to go, because that ends the scene, so it can't really go anywhere else. So it's like, yeah, sure, where is it? And then it keeps on going, you know what I mean? But also never start improv with a question, because that leaves it open to anything. So make sure you have a decision and you improv.
Fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and talk about acting is what again, Ayaka?
Acting is behaving truthfully under imaginary circumstances.
So if I say, is it important to be a good listener, tell me why.
It's important to be a good listener because most of the times when you're auditioning for things, you'll be talking to someone, and it's important because acting is also reacting. So while you're listening to them speak their line, you should also be reacting to it. So if they're saying something that's annoying you, you should be like, here we go again, you know? So even if the camera is off, you should always be in that character. And another reason why it's good to be a good listener is you have to listen to the directions that are given to you because you are the actor and you have to play the part right, correct blocking and everything. So you always want to be listening.
Awesome. And should you take risks?
It depends because in all of your things and scripts and everything, you should add about 10% of yourself. So maybe just like a couple of words, but you don't really want to change the script because when you're a big time actor, you can do those things. You can rewrite it, change the characters' names, depending on how you communicate with the producers and everything. But right now, it's probably best to just add a little bit of yourself, but don't go so far off of the character that you were given. Yeah, just really study your character and be that character.
And what does it mean when I say you're like a tree trunk?
When somebody says that you're a tree trunk, it basically means that you're not moving. You're just staying there like a tree trunk, and a lot of the times when you're talking, your hands move just like mine do when I'm saying da 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 da, and that's natural. And especially when you're doing auditions, the camera will probably be around this big of a frame, maybe down here, and you want to make sure that you have some gestures. Maybe you scratch your head a little bit, or you are sassy and you flip your hair a little bit, something like that. You never want to stay still because then people are just going to fall asleep because they're just going to be like, what? Because you're not doing anything. But yeah, make sure you're not a tree trunk.
Fantastic. And it's important to be expressive?
Yes, it's definitely important to be expressive because a lot of the times people will just be a good reader, which basically means you read all the words and you just read them, but you have to express how the person's feeling. So if the person has an interesting background, like they're adopted or they went through this, they went to this school, you have to think about all those things and think about how they would express their feelings.
So you would show sensitivity and doubt and fear and loneliness and hurt and pain.
Yep. And like, for example, if you have, there are so many different types of characters. Like, let's say you have a really sassy character and, you know, they're talking to their best friend. Just think about how that would be like, oh my god, girl, I could not believe that just happened. Just like, you know, keep it natural, and especially show sensitivity in a really emotional scene. More with comedy, it would just kind of be like joking around, maybe some weird humor and stuff like that. But definitely if you're doing drama, be very emotional and expressive and out there.